You really serious about losing weight and you want to do something about it today? What I would tell you to do for a whole duration of the week is...
Hey guys,
My name is Michelle.
Anita, Sarah, Julia, Peyton, Talia, Jazz,
Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product.
Period. You love to see.
Hey, it's Trey, Celebrity Nutritionist from Physique Set. And today, what we're going to talk about is why you should stop counting calories. You should just do this instead. A lot of people who follow me and a lot of people who's reaching out for my information all fall in one category of people. We are people who had weight problems throughout our entire life. And because we grew up with weight problems our entire life, we've been hyper-focused with how we look in the mirror. And we naturally did not like what we seen in the mirror. So we tried a whole lot of different things to change it up. We tried every single fad diet. We tried every single pill. We tried every single supplement. We tried everything. But one thing we never came to the conclusion is it could be my relationship with food, which is the reason why I have this weight issues. Not the food itself, not my metabolism itself. So what I'm gonna break down to you today is why you should stop counting calories, even though everybody else is doing it, and why we need to focus on the actual food itself. Because ultimately, all calories are not created equal. If you are somebody like me who grew up with weight problems all our life, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Why? We don't understand that a cookie and a broccoli does not do the exact same thing in the human body. It may sound fundamental, but a lot of people don't understand. If I eat 250 calories from cookies, it's not gonna have the exact same response in my body as if I eat 250 calories coming from a broccoli. And because we think that, we're trying to still sneak in some of our favorite snacks. We try to sneak in some of our little popcorn, and we got the snack size bag, right? Oh, we're sneaking a little bit of pasta, but hey, we got the gluten-free or the wheat version. Not knowing it's not the calorie that is the issue. It's what this calorie is gonna make our body do after. So if you're in the fitness space, you already know something called the GI or the Glycemic Index. And what the Glycemic Index basically tells you is how fast a food can basically raise your blood sugar levels. Now, why is that an issue for people who has weight issues all throughout their life? Because we don't have the greatest relationship with food, when our insulin spikes high, and once again, insulin is the storage hormone, when we have some of these foods that raise our glucose levels, it's going to make our body excrete insulin as well. But when insulin is going higher, then our brain is starting to think that, hey, not only we need to store this energy, but also glucose is toxic to the human body. It's going to drop the glucose levels, not at baseline, a little bit lower. And for some people, that's when you start feeling irritable, start getting hangry. That's when you feel like you want to punch somebody in the face for no reason. And the main reason why is because now you are in a hypoglycemic state. For some people who grew up in an environment where their parents had all the snacks, we had all the juices, we had a bad relationship with food, we don't like this feeling. And because we don't like this feeling, we start gravitating to the foods that we know naturally that,
hey, if I had this, it's a picker-upper for me. Or I just start to feel a little bit better right after I eat this.
And that food that we usually gravitate to is processed. It's gonna be that Kind bar. It's not gonna be chicken and broccoli. It's gonna be that pizza. It's gonna be that banana nut bread from Starbucks. We're gonna get the food that is processed, but we're telling ourselves, hey, it's only 250 calories, or hey, we already worked out earlier today, I kinda deserve this, right? And we have something that picks it up, but now we're on that roller coaster. Now, your body's insulin goes up once again because that food is a very high glycemic food, bread, rice, starches, some fruits. And because it's a very high glycemic food, your insulin goes up again, which means what? Your body cannot touch its own source of body fat again. When people are trying to lose weight, they're not trying to lose weight. They don't want to lose their ass. Excuse my French. They're not trying to lose that hard-earned curves. You're trying to lose that fat. You're trying to lose that back roll, you're trying to lose that pudge, etc. So it's in your best interest for your body to start churning through that body fat, right? But once again, every time insulin is high, And because insulin is high, your glucose levels is high, your body cannot tap into its own body fat. But once your body try to regain homeostasis, try to modulate the insulin levels, now your glucose levels is going lower, which means what for you? You're more prone to snack again because you don't like that feeling overall. So as you can see, the reason why you see some people, it is easy for them to count calories is because these people naturally, on average, grew up in a household where they didn't have a whole variety of snacks. Their parents made a whole lot of whole foods. They didn't go to school just eating muffins or they didn't have that free lunch. They probably had parents who they cooked breakfast for them every single morning or on average. And they didn't come home to a whole lot of snacks or their mom wasn't home yet. So you had to fend for yourself. You know, it's all because of the environment that we grew up in. And because we instill these kind of practices and we got these habits and tendencies, that's why some people, when they're emotional, they choose not to eat at all. And other people, like me, when I get emotional, I tend to overeat. I want to eat everything in sight because I need something to pick me up. But that's because I taught my body,
hey, every single time you have popcorn, I have a dopamine spike. And if I have a dopamine spike, my body's naturally going to associate whenever you're feeling bad, jittery, irritable, angry, eat some popcorn.
So once again, there's nothing wrong with popcorn, right? But it's the principle of when I am not feeling the hottest, I overindulge on that popcorn. So counting calories is easy for people who has a better relationship with food. If you're somebody that grew up overweight, counting calories is not gonna be your best interest. It's in your best interest to have an overall lifestyle change and eat the exact same thing that you want, but just get the better variation of it by reading that label. Start picking up more of the protein-based version. For instance, I love chicken nuggets, but we all know the chicken nuggets from McDonald's is not the greatest option. Why not get real good nuggets? Ding, these right here, you know? Or let's say, once again, I love popcorn, but I'm not gonna get the smart popcorn that we grew up, or I'm not gonna get the skinny girl popcorn that promotes themselves as skinny popcorn, what it's really not, you know? I'm gonna have something like this, which is a better version of popcorn. So at the end of the day, I'm still eating what I want, but because I am not over consuming calories, because I'm buying a better quality version of it, the scale is dropping a little bit more in my favor. That is the name of the game. So stop counting calories. I want you to identify which food source is gonna help you gain weight and which food source is gonna help you lose weight. And that's all contingent upon what this nutritional label says. That's why you need to learn how to read the label. Simple as that. If you're somebody who is trying to lose weight and you've been counting calories for X amount of time, I would love to help you out. Comment reset below and I'm gonna give you a free guide so you can start on your weight loss journey today. And once you get more information and once it starts making sense to you and you start following this protocol, you're gonna be like, wow, it was this easy this whole entire time. So on my program, women doesn't say, man, I just magically stopped losing weight. What happens on my program is women lose weight so fast that they start getting complacent and then they start pushing off their goal. They start saying,
hey, well, I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. Only gotta lose 10 more pounds. And you know what? My high school reunions in 2 months. Let me just
push it a little bit closer to my high school reunion, and they get to a point where they just never do it because they're actually happy with what they see in the mirror. So hopefully y'all learned something today. That's why counting calories does not really work for everybody, especially if you're somebody that grew up with weight issues. And what I would love for you to do is just make an overall lifestyle change and learn how to identify better versions of the exact same foods and make sure you get your protein in, because when it's all said and done, protein is the thing that stimulates losing fat. You eating carbs tells your body to store energy, which means you're potentially storing fat. Cool? Tell yourself, I'm not gonna eat nothing man-made for a whole entire week. Anything that comes in a bag, box, or barcode, tell yourself I'm not gonna eat it. And just see exactly what happens and how your body responds to it. You might realize that,
wow, the scale is dropping a little bit more than I expected because I'm not eating something that's counterproductive to my current goal, which is to lose weight.
Because majority of these processed foods got a lot of added emulsifiers, additives, preservatives, and oh, the main thing, added sugar. So if you see anything that got anything more than 3 grams of added sugar, it is trash. Let's be real, all right? So try that out for a week. Try to eat cleaner for a week. That doesn't mean you gotta eat nothing but broccoli, but have arugula, have spinach, have bok choy, have edamame, have anything that comes from the earth, but just the on processed version of it and just see what happens. Check out some high glycemic foods and see if it kind of makes sense why, wow.
Every single time I have this food, the scale goes up the very next day.
And every single time I have these low glycemic foods, your strawberries, your vegetables, not your starches, not your grains, not your oats, not your processed foods, wow, the scale drops every single time. Okay? That doesn't mean you have to eat a salad every single day. That means, hey, let me eat more of the things that came from the earth this way versus the altered or the processed version of it. You eating a potato is totally different from you eating potato chips. Cool? Talk to you soon.